This is an open video directed to the Florida Department of Law Enforcement's Commissioner, Rick Swearingen. Commissioner Swearingen, your agency is distributing incorrect intelligence about me that is at best a reckless endangerment of my life, or at worst a purposeful and malicious attempt to get me murdered. The FDLE is distributing this incorrect information to law enforcement agencies as well as other government and non-government entities throughout the state of Florida. This FDLE bulletin incorrectly states that I do not possess a valid concealed carry permit, despite the fact that I have possessed a valid concealed carry permit for over 10 years. In another bulletin distributed by the Northeast Florida Fusion Center, dated April 17, 2012, entitled Sovereign Citizens and the Potential Threat to Law Enforcement, I am incorrectly listed as a subject stopped for having an improper tag who refused to provide a license and provided a passport and sovereign citizen paperwork instead, and was arrested after a brief struggle. This is completely false and simply never happened. In another Fusion Center intelligence bulletin, I am incorrectly listed as the following. Gray was the passenger in a vehicle which was being driven by Eric Walter Novak, date of birth 12/31/66, when Novak illegally passed another vehicle and was subsequently pulled over for the traffic infraction. A strong odor of marijuana was emitting from the vehicle. Permission was granted to search the vehicle where 4 handguns, Xanax, Roxycontin, oxycodone, 71.9 grams of marijuana, 4 glass pipes, 2 straws, 2 grinders, and 2 digital scales were found. Novak was arrested for possession. Gray appears to have been released, although no mention of him was made in the narcotics report. A Clerk 22 revolver was located just behind the driver's seat area. A holstered and loaded Cobra 38 Special was located in the center console. 2 handgun cases were located behind the driver's seat with a loaded Kimber .45 caliber semi-automatic with 8 rounds and a Kel-Tec 22 WMR with a total of 41 rounds. Now let's have a look at the actual arrest report where St. Johns County, Florida Sheriff's Deputy Daniel Roberts wrote the following. On 9/10/2012, I was on patrol in my marked patrol vehicle traveling north on State Road 207. I observed a white Nissan pickup pass another vehicle by moving to the left turn lane and passing the vehicle. I moved in behind the suspect vehicle and conducted a safe and legal traffic stop in the area of 7300 State Road 207. I made contact with the only occupant of the vehicle, a male identified by Florida driver's license as Eric Walter Novak. Again, I made contact with the only occupant of the vehicle, a male identified by Florida license as Eric Walter Novak. Truth be told, I actually was on the scene of Eric Novak's felony arrest for weapons and narcotics possession, but I was not the passenger in his vehicle. I was filming the arrest of Novak in search of his vehicle from across the street, and I had the video to prove it.
I appreciate you respecting our rights and everything to videotape and all that stuff.
And, I don't know how much of you got when you got here, but I mean, if there's anything I can explain that I legally can, I'll be more than happy to.
That'd be great if you don't mind.
Where'd you pick up at, and I'll pick up where you.
I've only been out there about 18, 20 minutes or so.
Okay. Did you get us? What part of the searching did you get? I'm trying to get.
So, how did I go from being a person engaged in the constitutionally protected activity of documenting the arrest to being a passenger in the vehicle? Let me make something very clear. I am not a drug-running, weapon-smuggling, violent sovereign citizen, as the false intelligence distributed by the Florida Department of Law Enforcement and Fusion Center makes me out to be. What I am is a devoted husband to my wife and devoted father to my 3 children. I am also a citizen journalist as well as a peaceful civil rights activist who focuses on government transparency through the right to record public officials and through public records access. Commissioner Swearingen, I am calling on you to ensure that the Florida Department of Law Enforcement immediately ceases distribution of this false intelligence about me. I am also asking that you ensure every agency, entity, and person the FDLE has sent this false intelligence to is contacted in order that my name be cleared. Furthermore, I am asking that an investigation be conducted in order to find out how this happened, to find out if other innocent citizens are being slandered and their lives endangered, as well as to make sure this does not happen again. Sincerely, Jeff Gray.